Yes, we are live, we are live.
Okay, Virat Kohli, what the fuck were you thinking, bro? What the fuck? Man, stop ball watching. You kept looking at Parag like he's the prettiest person ever, like it's his girlfriend. Dude, you're married. You can't be looking at other people, and that also men. All day you've been shaking people's, grabbing people's booty, kissing them, everything. And Yujvendra Chahal, your skinny partner, who's also married now or something. I think he's married. He's married,
Yeah, he's
right?
married. Yeah, he's
So
married.
you shouldn't be touching. Everybody's married in Indian cricket team. I'm pretty sure they're cheating all their wives. Um, but so are their wives anyway. So it doesn't really matter. It evens out. Um, do you have any question for me?
Yeah, I mean, right now it seems very like a easy chase for RCB, but we can talk about that later. Where is David Warner?
Put the score
Like
up at least.
suddenly,
It's 95 for 2. Put somewhere like, they should be more professional like TGC. TGC have their own scorecards. Like this, people can see.
yeah,
95 for
that
2.
I
Virat Kohli is run out. Padikal got out after Sanju Samson dropped a dolly.
yeah.
So what was the question?
So where is Mr. David Warner? He is supposed to be the greatest
Okay,
captain
David
ever.
Warner. Now he's in the number one list. He's above all the Taliban terrorists right now on Interpol list, on US list. David Warner is missing. And I just want to clarify one thing. There's been some mistake, and woke people now hate him. And now in fact, David Warner has been blamed for everything. Now woke people are blaming him for climate change, for global warming. Now, I want to clarify on this podcast, you idiots, that's only because you misspelled his last name to Warmer. It's Warner, not Warmer. He is not responsible for global warming. He is not Warmer. He is Warner. You're just dumb as Taylor Swift, who went on that interview with Kevin Peterson and she thought it was
Yeah,
chest cricket. At least she didn't think it was breast cricket. And he was like, test cricket. He's like, I like chest cricket. It's not chest, it's breast. What is test cricket? Jesus fucking Christ, mate. What is happening to the world? So, David Warner, I want to rattle out some stats to you. Now, it's called, we don't know where the David Warner is. Nobody knows, but he was last seen outside a strip club in Bihar. I don't know how he reached Bihar from Sharjah, but he did, and he's been hanging around that strip club. And I don't know how the strip club got opened in the first place. He was drinking a lot of beer outside. I don't know how he got the beer, but he was seen there last seen. This is according to Harsha Bhogle. Now, to Twitter account, and Harsha Bhogle has 50 million followers on Twitter. I don't know who these people are, but apparently they are real, but mostly not humans, and mostly are above age 75, and 97% of them are dead, or they died actually before 1997. Now, but their Twitter account is still active and they still get pensions. That's the world we live in. Now, Dhoni versus Warner. Now, let me just rattle out a few stats from 2021. Now, Dhoni's played 10 matches. Warner's played 8 matches. Dhoni has made 52 runs. Warner has made 195 runs. That's 4 times more run than Dhoni. Dhoni averages 10.4. Warner averages 24.37. Both have the same strike rate, 108. Now, even after Warner has 4 times run than Dhoni and played 2 less matches, the verdict for him, what everybody says about Dhoni, is the greatest captain and the greatest human ever, responsible for all the greatest things. He's the reason why India got independence. He's the reason why Pakistan is such a great country, which is just a joke, but so is Pakistan. Now, and verdict for David Warner is he gets kicked out of team and he's not even allowed to enter the stadium. No wonder he's hanging outside a strip club drinking very cheap beer in Bihar. The guy
is
could
it?
not even get into the stadium. And then their coach said, we only allowed to bring only certain number of players. So we just left David Warner out.
Oh my God! From being captain to being left out of the stadium, and I think the Bihar thing is quite true because I got this picture from internet, and you can see he's been busy.
he's
He's
become a
been
he's become an unskilled labor.
unskilled labor because he's not getting entry in the ground. So what else he can do? And yeah, that's just
I think
sad,
he's pretty
man.
fit. He's pretty ripped. He's pretty ripped.
Yeah,
He's
he's
almost
ripped.
going to turn 35, but this guy is ripped, man. Completely ripped. I think he's going to be, after becoming the unskilled labor, he'll be skilled labor and he'll probably make more money and he'll be allowed to enter every ground because he will be making all of them. So that will definitely happen. All right, right now it's 106 because I think somebody hit a couple of boundaries here and there. and they
Yeah.
have taken a 2.5 minute ad break, also known as strategic timeout.
Strategically
I love it.
taken.
I just love how they keep changing the names to strategic timeouts and all that shit that they come up with. So, what is the next question? Do you have anything about today's match? You think it's already gone and done and dusted? Something can happen.
Yeah, I think it should be a easy win. Wicket seems to be easy. I mean, I don't know what happened to Rajasthan Royals. They were going along so nicely, and suddenly from what was the score? Some 100 something to 150. So
I mean, they were
they
100 for one in 11
100
overs.
for
Then
one.
the
Yeah,
12th over first ball, Evan Lewis got out. And then after that, it was a procession. They lost 9 wickets. Eventually, they only added 49 runs in the last 9 overs. And it
yeah.
was tragic. And commentators were loathsome. They hated them for doing that. And Liam Livingston has not made any runs in this IPL edition. He came with an amazing reputation. By the way, I have a question for you. Where is ABD? I haven't
I
seen
think
him.
he's I think
Is he
he's
becoming
trying
MS
to be
Dhoni?
the
And
yeah
he's become
because
the greatest
now
person ever?
now RCB needs a new captain, right? So he's trying to be that person who sends everyone in front and
Yeah,
just
and like Dhoni will become the greatest person. Also, the person reason why apartheid left South Africa, and everybody will forget Nelson Mandela, and people only remember ABD, ABD, because whosoever doesn't play is a legend, and whosoever gets selected in the team. I don't know if you notice this thing, or if you're very aware intellectually, when nobody's looking at you, right, and
hmm
the pressure is low. But
yeah
when everybody's looking at you and they're looking every single time the camera is on you, that's when the real pressure is, and that's what really shows who you really are. And that's what's showing for Surya Kumar Yadav, Sky, and showing for Kishan, for everybody. And whenever you're
yeah
the whenever the camera moves away from you, you're like, okay, you're not selected. And then you're like, I have a free run. In fact, the weight is lifted from your shoulders. Suddenly you're
hmm
like, I've become the greatest player. So Yudhvendra Chahal, and as much shit you gave to Harshal Patel that he's not going to be able to continue, dude, he just like, it's the wickets are raining in his kitty. I think he is right now at 26 wickets off my head. It's crazy. It
yeah
is
some
absolutely crazy. Like
someone
this
was
is not
saying
even fun.
Harshal Patel is not taking wickets are taking him.
Okay, that's not even a good joke because I've seen those Rajnikant jokes everywhere. But this was, I don't, because it doesn't mean anything, right? It doesn't
It
really mean
doesn't mean
anything.
anything that I know, but still. So yeah, I think
Next question.
yeah, next question. What do you think about Sanju Samson? Like this stint because he
Dude,
was not consistent.
Sanju Samson
Yeah,
stats. Let me rattle out the stats. I love the stats. I love the stats. 11 matches, 552 runs, almost orange cap. It's an orange, right? I always get confused.
yeah,
So because he has
yeah.
2 runs short of Shikhar Dhawan, not Shikhar the Gutka. Um, both their name is Shikhar Sanju, and but this guy's averaging 50, and the best thing is strike rate is 141 because he's nowhere near, like this Shikhar is nowhere near him. Like Shikhar is averaging 45, but his strike rate is 130. This guy's average is striking 141, and he's averaging more than 50. So Sanju Samson, because we always talked shit about him that he is a Mr. Inconsistent, and this season he's
Yeah,
become the, well, Mr. Consistent.
yeah.
Mr.
It,
Consistent,
it
completely Mr. Consistent.
yeah, he was consistently inconsistent. Now it's like it has. But do you feel that Rajasthan is missing some of their key players, namely the English players? I think this is a okay. I thought this is going
Sir
to be a
Joffre.
catch.
Are you talking about Sir Joffre?
Sir Jofra and Sir Butler.
Sir Butler, Sir Stokes.
Star Strokes, yeah, all the
But
English
Vikram,
players.
let's
What
be
are they
fair.
doing? They're not even going to
How have they
Pakistan.
done
What are they doing?
better? Because this IPL, I don't understand because it just feels like I watched this little bit of cricket which comes in between ads of some fucking car, and they
Yeah.
just give you, try to, now they're putting betting ads, alcohol ads,
Oh yeah.
selling kids ads, everything. It's all there. Like selling kids to the Saudis. I think that's just my ad, but I've been trying to get the ad, and I think somebody hit another boundary. It's probably Bharat.
That's KS Bharat.
Bharat has
Yeah.
become the new legend. He's like the new Gaikwad.
Uh-huh.
Gaikwad in the squad, he is the best word.
So
What
what did you
happened?
think
I
about
was just.
that amazing celebration by Chahar when he took KS Bharat's wicket
He was amazing.
against?
I thought he probably went nuts. He just went mental. Like I think it was spoken of after the match in the
Yeah,
dressing
yeah,
room, because next, if you saw yesterday when he took a wicket, he was
yeah,
so subdued. He was
yeah.
so
Like
subdued.
yeah,
Like in fact, he was just overcompensating for that, because he must have seen himself like, did he just go mental? Because everybody thinks Virat Kohli is mental. That guy went
yeah.
nuts, and he was just not stopping. He was like, ah, 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 ah,
You know,
ah.
on
And
Twitter,
then
someone.
for whatever reason, this guy Quinton came out and he's like giving him a high five, and he almost broke his hand. He's like,
Yeah, like
motherfucker. Luckily, Quinton was wearing that big fat glove, otherwise his hand would have flung out. Like he would have just broken his arm altogether. He just went nuts in that. I think he was just frustrated. Like he was really frustrated.
actually, what
And
happened?
also,
I don't know whether you saw
go.
before, just before that delivery. I think two deliveries back, Bharat had hit a six, and he did like yeah. He was not actually poking him. He was just being happy that he was able to hit a six. So I think that got to him. And later on Twitter, someone had put a barking dog audio on his celebration. It was quite funny. So yeah,
No, that was something. And did you see Messi's goal? I thought it was just
yeah, I did,
fabulous.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
his first goal for PSG against City, and City lost 2-0. Courtesy that goal, I think, rest everything. Oh, by the way, I can see this ad right now. I don't know, you can see the same ad. I see Ashwin, and we haven't spoken about this, but it just brings me. I'm pretty sure, because you're very like a Twitter savvy person. Have you heard about this thing? There is some news reports coming out that this guy complained about Virat Kohli, and then Virat Kohli did not want him. He wanted Chahal, and there
Nah,
was a lot of drama. And eventually, Virat Kohli, one of the reasons why he's giving up captaincy, because he said like, you just, that's it, man. You
that's just
bring this guy
fiction.
in.
That's just fiction because this has been reported from I mean, when Virat Kohli left his captaincy, it was said that some senior person, phoned, called up Jay Shah and said that Virat Kohli was not happy with my intent. Then people are saying, some news portals are saying it was Rahane. Some portals are saying it was what's his name, Pujara. And then someone is saying, okay, since Virat Kohli didn't play Ashwin, then maybe it's Ashwin. It's just fiction. I don't think there is anything behind it, because even after the first win, when India won in Lords, he was pretty cool. I mean, I saw Ashwin's video, so he was pretty cool. I don't think that's a problem. I would have believed if I mean, I can't believe it because see, I know he didn't pick him, but talking about intent, why would he complain about Ashwin's intent? He's not a batsman. Always talks about. I think it would have made sense if it was about Pujara, and Pujara did come out with positive intent in some of the matches later on in England. So it makes sense for him. But again, Pujara is not someone who will go behind his back and call Jay Shah. So I just feel that it's just fiction. Just these news portals are taking it and taking this news and running away with it. So yeah, I just feel
Yeah,
this
I've not
noise.
read it. So, is there something about intent? Is that what
Yeah,
Virat Kohli complained, and then people complained about him that he says I have no intent? So, how did the
correct.
call go with Pujara? It's like, hello. It's like, Pujara. Pujari ji. Then he starts speaking Gujarati. He's like, no, 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 I don't speak Gujarati. I'm like, I'm Pujara, Chiteshwar Pujara. Wrong number. Wrong number. It's like, I am Indian cricketer. You are the whatever chairman or something. What is he?
BCCI,
He's some. What is he? What is this guy?
BCCI,
Apart from
BCCI,
being somebody's son, some spokesperson, right?
BCCI
Anyway,
chairman.
some big
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, something like that. And he's like, oh, okay. Send me picture. Then I'll know. No, I don't know. I don't know picture. Then Pujara sends me a WhatsApp picture. He's like, oh, okay. I've seen you. He said, I want to complain about Kohli. He's like, okay. You want to complain about Kohli? What is it? He said, I have no intent. गुजराती में बोलो ना गुजराती में इट्स लाइक हिंदी हाँ हिंदी चलेगा इट्स लाइक हिंदी चलेगा थोड़ा
But
बहुत
both
आता
are
है मेरे को
Gujaratis. Both are
वो
Gujaratis.
पुजारा is Gujarati I did not know
Yeah,
that
yeah. Yeah, Pujara
okay
is
I
Gujarati.
thought he was from Bombay he was
No,
probably
no,
more
no, no.
Maharashtrian
Cheteshwar
You know,
Pujara.
if you go to like generally people don't care, but I don't know if you notice this thing, like because people always say Marathi Manus, Maratha, and all this stuff, right? But I noticed this time when I was in Bombay, I mean, and I've noticed that most people don't actually care, like they don't even bother. But when you call people Marathi, that's not a correct term. They're supposed to be called Maharashtrian. Some people
Correct.
take offense to that. They're like,
Yeah,
stop saying Marathi. I'm Maharashtrian. Because everybody says
yeah,
Marathi, even
correct.
their party keeps saying Marathi Manus, Marathi. But like, I'm Maharashtrian. So it's a nomenclature mistake, which most people don't care. And they're like, yeah, Marathi is fine. I get it. Like, you guys, like, it's like you tell, like, oh, you're Madrasi. It's like, fine. Like, okay, I don't give a shit. But, and Marathi is, because it's not derogatory, right? It's not derogatory. But
Yeah.
I came across 2 or 3 people who are like, please don't call me Marathi. I'm Maharashtrian. Marathi is the language. It's like that. So like Hindi. So like why people call you Hindi? No, I'm Hindu. Hindi is language. Language.
Yeah, makes
Policy.
sense.
Yeah. So that happened. I shut the
So
match a little bit because I wasn't sure how much my internet might turn out. Has anybody gotten out? Because it doesn't look like anybody's gotten out.
no
Did
one
you want to
has got
spend
out.
any
It's
time on
one
their batting, or you want to move on to different questions altogether, like their
on
batting or
Rajasthan's batting.
anybody's, like Rajasthan's batting? Yeah, I don't know, or the lack of batting after what happened. This is a very good pitch, by the way. Suddenly, this pitch has just not tired anymore, and they're playing
Yeah,
in
it
Dubai, I
seems.
believe.
Yeah, it's Dubai, and they're using a fresh wicket. So I
Oh,
mean, everyone
did
is
they show
saying that.
7,000 runs from Maxwell? Because my other screen is saying he just made 7,000 runs. How did he make seven? No, it's T20 career. That's why. Did they show it?
T20 career.
Yeah, that's
They
not
would
like
have.
IPL.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
IPL doesn't care. IPL like fuck you. Like we only care about IPL. IPL is the only real thing. The rest everything is like well. So if eventually 100 works right, India will just steal the 100 and just make a bigger tournament for 100, or maybe turn this into 100, and then England will be like, what about us? I think that's why they put some clauses this time. I think last time there were not so many clauses like this is our brand or something, because England started T20, right? But like England started
Right.
literally everything, and now they're bad at everything.
Yeah.
To be fair, they're doing fine in cricket, but they started everything, and most everybody just took over like completely.
Correct. Correct. Yeah, I mean, I don't see T10 taking off.
Tea
To be
also they started
honest.
tea. I mean, came from China, but they brought it to us, right? Tea, T20,
Correct.
cricket, tea, yeah, football, everything.
So yeah, let's talk about not their batting, but RCB's bowling. Suddenly, they are bowling so well, and Harshal Patel is taking so many wickets today. Also, he was on a hat trick. Like, what's happening? And
He took 3 in the same over, right?
yeah, no, not same over. Two in the same over, and then the
No,
third
he
one in the
took 3 in
last.
the same over. I was watching the match. I don't know what the hell you were doing, but I know he took 3 wickets in the same over, and that was the last over.
Okay.
Because he took back-to-back wickets, and then again somebody got out towards the end or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying also.
No, I said he
So
took 3
anyway,
wickets in the same over today. That's what I'm saying. You're saying he
I
didn't
don't
take the
think
3 wickets in the same.
no, it was not in the same over. This was the
You're
17th
talking
over,
shit.
18th over. No, you can check it. I was also watching. 18th over was the over where he was on a hat trick. He took two wickets in that over, and then in the last
I'm
over,
just
he took.
looking at the goddamn screen because you kept bullshitting me. He took the wicket on the 20. He bowled the last over. He took wicket on
He
the
bowled the last over, yeah.
second ball. Second ball, Parag got out. Morris got out next ball. Then Karthik played one, Sakaria. Then Sakaria got out. And De Villiers caught him at the boundary. I'm looking at the score. That's the last ball of the match. So
Okay,
yeah, before
maybe
that he
I.
had 0 wickets in 3 overs. And then he got 3 wickets in the last over. He had 3 overs, 31 for no wickets. And the last, eventually he finished with stats. This is stats. I can't see the stats now. So
Oh
whatever
yeah,
he did,
he
gave
took.
runs in the last over. So he finished with that. It was pretty neat. I mean, like another 3 wickets for dude, and
Yeah, he's
looking
at
pretty solid. Now
26.
it's set because your Avish Khan could not. He hasn't moved much from that
He took three
wherever the
wickets
hell he was.
yesterday.
He took
Avish
3,
Khan.
but he's still at 18, right?
It is,
And
yeah, yeah.
you also have to understand that because RCB is going to
Now
finish
he's
not third. Hmm?
no. I'm saying that now he's not. He'll not be able to catch up with this guy. Avish will not be able to catch up with
Yeah, eight
this guy
wickets is too
because
many, too many to catch up,
too
right?
many.
Eight
And
wickets, too many to catch up.
yeah, and the other thing is it's just the way he's taking the wickets. It's not like cheap wickets, right? Some of them are cheap wickets, but some of them are really intelligent bowling, like the Pollard's wicket. The way he bluffed him, set up a offside field and then bowled him on the leg side. So what do you think now? Uh, do you think that RCB can reach the top two, first or second? Okay, just Bharat got out at 44. So now
Oh,
eventually again,
finally ABD will come. And if ABD doesn't come
even
right now, I think he'll be officially name changed to AB Dhoni. D will be Dhoni,
AB
not De
Dhoni,
Villiers.
correct. So what do you think? Can RCB now be in the top two? Because if they win this, they should win this. They will reach 14 points, and Delhi dropped 2 points in the last match, and RCB has to play against Delhi, so they can catch up with Delhi logically. So do you think they
See what
can?
happens in this thing, as you know, in this thing, like, as you've been always saying, partially incorrect and partially correct about CSK, that at the end of the day, they're winning matches, but it hasn't always been super convincing. Like Mumbai had
Mhm.
started so well, right, in the first match against Chennai, then they completely dropped the ball, partially bad captaincy, partially just, when Chahar came out, he could not perform. Um, and Chennai won that match. After that, they live in the last match they shouldn't have won, but they won the match against RCB anyway. That was definitely a win. But now that only one match, only 2 points difference, it's definitely possible because Delhi and RCB would have 3 matches to go. Chennai still has
Right.
4 matches to go, and they are 2 points ahead, and their run rate is far superior. So it will be very difficult to overtake Chennai unless Chennai starts
Yeah.
losing helter skelter, which can also happen. But I'm just saying at this stage, you're right. Taking over Delhi, also understanding the net run rate, it will be much easier. And today, because their run rate will improve, because these guys are trying to strike at a very higher strike rate, so that will help their run rate as well. So let's see what happens at the end of this thing, because they have just played 16. I mean, it's not going to be that crazy because they've already played 16 overs. So I thought it was better than what they were doing, but fair enough.
Mm.
And so yeah, anyway,
So
long-winded. Short answer is yes. And I hope it happens. It'll be amazing because everybody just kind of gave up on RCB. I think this guy just hit a six, right?
yeah,
Maxi.
Maxwell hit a six.
We gotta
Okay,
give some love
so
to Maxi, man. He's become a bowler, fielder, batsman.
let's talk about this match
Go on.
once this finishes. Let's talk about some other stuff like the EPL and Champions League today. Our team is playing right at night, midnight.
Don't talk about it till we win. That's depressing.
I'm not talking
We have
about
KL.
winning or losing.
Hmm.
So, what do you think? Like right now, we have very coaches with very bad records in IPL and in football. I mean, Ole again, not. I mean, yeah, it is bad. Can't really defend that. So, what do you think? Who is worse, Ole or Kumble? There is the name
The
actually is
whole
similar.
both the
Ole and
names
Kumble.
rhyme also. Kumble,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Ole. It's unbelievable, right? Dude, it's gonna be it's a difficult question, but I'll answer in a weird way. What Kumble does in the real scheme of things, it does not fucking matter because let's be honest, cricket does not matter because if you really get out of your house, go to any country, nobody gives a shit about cricket. Okay, if you just get out from like England, Australia, and India, it just doesn't matter. But football matters. Manchester United matters. So when you fuck up Manchester United, it fucks up a lot of people, and they fucks up a lot of people's mental health. And once people upset, right? But now put the word mental. People like, no, we have to be nice to this guy. He has mental health problems. I have so many problems. I have problem with you also talking about my mental health. Stop talking about my mental health. They're like, oh, what is? He's got serious problem. He needs to take like Zoloft. I don't know, whatever the fucking things they get. So Ole is a bigger problem for the world. Kumble is a terrible coach for T20. Kumble should not be a T20 coach, and he should not, because see, he comes across as very like I think he will be very, like, you will feel oppressed by this guy. You will feel suffocated by this guy. Particularly one of the reasons why KL is not performing well. I want to see him with a coach which is like more like Ravi Shastri, who just, when the people are playing, he's peeing on the sidelines. It's like, sir, he's not supposed to be peeing here. It's like, where else I'm watching the match. You want me to go back to the bathroom? I have no regrets of peeing on the pitch. Okay, this is what I do. I am Punjabi. I speak very good English. I was a legend. I have written a book. I can do whatever I want. I'm I'm just like Dhoni. Okay. So if he gets a coach who is not as, bossy, or who just sits like this. When Kumble used to play, I don't think I've admired any leg spinner more than him. In fact, I have copied his bowling when I was in school, when I was a kid. But as a coach, dude, people blame Kohli and all, but if he had stayed, I think people say, but they were winning. They were winning in spite of him. But if he had stayed, Kohli would have given up all captaincy. He might have just retired by now and joined Osho by now. Okay. He would have never even gotten married. He would have gotten that frustrated. So I think Ravi Shastri, people can call him Yes Man or, Yastri. But at the end of the day, okay, I think Maxwell is not even going to let. Can you just put up the score, because it's 149? Have they already won? What is happening?
Just one run left. He
One
just
run
took
left.
apart Morris. 15 crores,
No, De
16
Villiers didn't
crores.
even get to bat. He's not even had. So now their run rate will be improved. We were talking about like this is
Yeah,
not gonna work. But De Villiers like, don't worry, I'm here. I'm the next captain. So when as a captain in India, people only respect you if you make no runs and never show up and take credit for everything. In fact, also
yeah.
removing
I
apartheid
know
from
where
the
this is
world.
going.
If Taliban goes away eventually, even if he's retired for like 5 years, it will still be AB de Villiers, because AB de Villiers used to play 5 years ago, and that's why Taliban left. That's why Pakistan became a great country, where countries started touring, like Afghanistan, Syria. I mean, all the countries which are like broken down: Palestine, Israel, Iraq,
Yeah.
Iran. I don't know if you heard yesterday, Real Madrid lost to a team that
Yeah.
team that nobody has heard of. Its team is called FC Sheriff, like the police sheriff. And by the way, I can tell you this thing is located in a country called Transnistria, which is not even recognized by the globe. Like, this is an unrecognized country. Okay, and most of these people, just like the young boys are Manchester United lost, and all the young boys players were actually brought from school. Their parents had to sign a slip to give them 3 hours away for the match, because it was beyond their bedtime during the match. And this team from Transylvania, which is not even a real country, most of the people, like, some of them are like, some of them are like, they work part-time at McDonald's, sometimes work full-time at Burger King, sometimes are some of them cobblers, some of them are teachers, some of them are just security guards, some of them are fishermen. Like, literally, if they have to play the match, they have to come in and then they just play the match. I think AB de Villiers got to play a ball and he hit a 4, because he's
Score
like,
for yeah.
well, if it was Dhoni, they would have said, Dhoni, what a performance. What a performance. What a performance. By the way, I want to repeat what I said earlier. Dhoni has made 52 runs in 10 matches, at averaging at 10.4, is striking at 108, and Warner made 4 times more than runs than him. But Dhoni is the greatest captain, greatest human, reason for everything good about humanity. And David Warner not only gets kicked out of the team, he's not even allowed to enter the stadium. I just want to repeat that. That's how biased we are about people. And RCB wins, and it has really, really improved. I don't know if they've already updated
It's
the
not updated
table,
yet.
because it takes like a couple of minutes, right? It takes a couple of minutes.
Yeah. They
So
have to calculate.
their run rate, no, they have updated it. So their run rate has improved, but it's still far worse, because they had this shit performance of 92, I believe, in the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
return match. So, but now
Correct.
they're back. Their finals is being guaranteed. Did AB get a new haircut, because he was losing a lot of hair, right? And I just saw him
Yeah,
taking his helmet off. It looks very weird. Looks very, very weird. So now that the match is over, do we talk about the match
yeah.
now, or we just fucking don't care?
So, no, like we can talk about the batting. So what do you? I mean, today Maxwell showed what he's worth, and and again Kumble will be sitting like, what were you doing when we
By the
bought?
way, Maxwell is also mafia because you know what happened with the Tim guy,
Hmm.
and he was very angry at Tim, and after that, Tim is also not in the stadium.
Oh, is it?
His
Yeah,
name is Tim.
yeah.
Tim Dave. By the way, funny thing is his name is Tim David. David
Team
Warner.
David.
Davids are not getting,
Both the
and another David
Davids.
called David Miller, not in the team again, never to be seen. If your name is David, well, you better change to Goliath because you're not gonna get a match otherwise. David is not working
Or
out
you'll
right now.
disappear like David Blaine, the magician.
I think he just makes other people disappear. So no, I think David is not a name that is not popular right now. It's not working out. This is my
Yeah.
vodka, by the way. I drink neat.
So Maxwell, now this mega auction is coming, and there are the teams will be able to retain three players, and then
Oh yeah,
use.
I heard that because you kept saying two. Then I heard somebody saying three.
Yeah, it was two before, then suddenly it became three. I don't know. There's no rule for IPL. So, but anyway, right now it's three. So, just looking at
Dhoni must have said three. I am
or
three.
Ambani.
Yeah, whatever they
So,
want, it will happen.
what do you think? Which players should RCB retain after seeing these many matches?
Isn't it automatic? Like Maxwell, Cody, and De Villiers.
Okay. Do you, okay. So Maxwell, yeah, I think yeah, it should be automatic now. And what do you think? What type of bowlers are required at RCB? Because we the team has good spinners, or at least Chahal is there, and then this time they spent a lot of money on Jamison. Do you think they will go for Jamison again?
See, it doesn't make if there's there. See, I've always backed Virat Kohli. I think Virat Kohli is a great captain, great batsman. When I say great batsman, I think as big as they get. Right. I mean,
Hmm.
let's be very honest. No jokes apart. When it comes to a shorter format, it takes a different kind of animal. And
Hmm.
I think if there's only thing that is like there's a flaw with Virat Kohli, sometimes he's not very objective.
Hmm.
Sometimes you feel that you're the greatest batsman, which is perfectly fine. And sometimes somebody gets you out. In that moment, you can say, "Wow, this guy is a great bowler." But once you go
Right.
back home and you get up again the next morning, you can't be thinking he's a great batsman because that's the same way people have gotten Vivian Richards out, people have gotten everything. Praveen Ambre made a century in the very first match he played for India in a test cricket.
Right.
Then he flopped. Probably he played 2 or 3 matches, that's it, done. And then he became a great coach. Okay. Rest is history. Anybody can get anybody out. Anybody can bowl this brilliant delivery. I've also bowled some fucking fantastic delivery in nets. Like, I was not even trying to bowl the in swinger, ball in swings, because obviously the guy knows my action. It's an away swing action. The ball pitches on some fucking part of the pitch. In swing, takes his middle stump out. He's like, wow. He felt like, wow, such a great bowler. I was like, I was not supposed to do that, but it did it. And it did it. You remember that what Umesh Yadav's delivery did that to Joe Root? Because I showed
Hmm.
you the ball, the way the seam was, is pointing towards the second slip. Ball lands
Yeah.
and just fucking swings in because just that's what happens. Shit happens, right? That's what people use
Correct.
scrambled seam because they just hope some magic will happen. And then
Right.
suddenly Umesh was become the bigger. He's made a lot of mistakes. I just hope he doesn't make those mistakes again by spending ridiculous amount of money on bowlers. Also, I just don't understand. Have you ever seen in IPL a bowler who's been paid such ridiculous amount of money? Because at the end of the day, pitches make you bitches.
Uh-huh.
Pat Cummins spend so much money. What is the point of it? See, if there's a bowler, if you're gonna really spend the money, then I'm gonna spend on a money on a person who is this great bowler. not on a rookie, not on a somebody, he got me out, or somebody had this one great performance, somebody. And I can tell you, there's only very few players like this. First of all, when it comes to spinners, literally it's almost impossible. But that's why the legend of Afghanistan, Rashid Ali, what's his name? Rashid Khan.
Rashid Khan.
Absolutely, man. This guy, if you don't retain Rashid Khan, then you're the dumbest fuck on earth. Because that guy he is magical, like literally magical.
Correct.
If Mitchell Stark says, I'll play IPL, then you buy Mitchell Stark for 2 million, 2.5 million. So you have to understand, once you spend 2.5 million, it just completely squeezes your purse. Like you pretty much lose like 40% of your purse, something like that, right? Like ridiculous. What is the total purse? 50 crores or something? Or is it going to be more this time? What's going to happen?
It's 80 crores.
It's 80 crores. Is it 80 crores all the time?
Yeah, for the whole team. It's not just, we're not just talking about one batsman.
Oh, including everything, right?
Yeah.
But when you retain, that doesn't count or something.
That counts.
So they pay like 17 crores to this guy, Virat, 17 crores to AB, 17 crores to this guy. Like nothing is left anymore, right?
Yeah, it's either 80 crore or 100 crore. Let me just check quickly.
Yeah, you check. I'm speaking that my point is that if Mitchell Stark, person like that comes in, because Mitchell Stark is a great white bowler, ball player, but he's not going to come. But I'm saying if Mitchell Stark says, I'm coming in, I'll invest in this guy. If Rashid Khan says, I'm coming in, I invest in this guy. But not on Rashid Ali. Is that guy's name is Rashid Ali, or who's the English player?
Oh,
no, English player.
Yeah, Rashid. His name is
Adil.
Adil Rashid.
Adil Rashid, right? So if Rashid is your last name, fuck off. Rashid is your first name, please come in. So no, Adil Rashid is also a very good bowler, but the fact is that he will always be under pressure, because they'll be like, oh, we'll take him on, and he doesn't know if his position is guaranteed, because if he doesn't perform, he'll be taken out. It will not happen with Rashid Khan. But again, with Adil Rashid, you're not going to pay a ridiculous amount of money. But at the same time, Adil Rashid is also a great bowler. But you can actually invest like up to $1 million on this guy, and it's going to be a good investment. But again, with the spinners, and because the slots for overseas only 4, so you rather take a batsman and you punt on. Like, I can understand why people punted on Cummins, but with the amount of purse I have, I'm not going to spend 2 million odd on Cummins, not 2 million odd on Morris. Doesn't make any sense. In fact, Maxwell was also a bet, but the fact is that if they decide to Maxwell will bowl and he can genuinely bowl very well, I still have a lot of aspersions on him, because I feel if a batsman really takes him on, at the end of the day, he's just a finger spinner, he's a part-time spinner. They can take him apart for 25-30 runs, like a Jadeja or somebody, or Gale and all, or Livingston goes for it, they can take him apart. So they have to be very careful. But at the end, right now it's working. And he's a great fielder. Like, he's a very efficient, good fielder. He has a lot of body hair. I don't know how that matters, but I have a lot of body hair, so I wanted to pitch it in. He has a lot more body hair than I do, which is ridiculous. And he has hair also. Like, he and Anil Kapoor are like the hair gods. The gods of the hair. He's batting ridiculously. It's a confidence player, right? So the money well spent, but it was a risk, because he's flopped in every fucking IPL. Like, you can't flop more than he has.
It was a risk, but I think this time I think they wanted him to play as a leader or in a leadership position. So because I've seen this happening, like, and he talks about it in all the interviews that right now he wants to help all the young players. He wants to be this player in the franchise where anyone can come and talk to him. So they're not. I think they're not buying him just for a season like Jamieson trying to fill some position, and that's why spending so much money. But they were trying to find someone like ABD, right? ABD is now synonymous with RCB. So they want to have some, because that's what if you see all the all the successful teams, they have a core which remains, and they are settled, like Mumbai or Chennai. Whatever happens, those 4 or 5 people will always be there. They'll be with RCB. The problem is the core is just 2 people, and now Chahal is also there, sort of. But there's not, there needs to be more people and there needs to be some settlement. So I think that was the idea behind going for Maxwell. And I just checked, the purse is actually 85 crores. And this for this mega auction, BCCI is planning to increase it to 90, but it's not sure yet whether it will be increased to 90. So
Yeah,
yeah,
but
I
once you have
mean,
already this big guns, first of all, they'll have to let go. Because you have to understand that you can't have the core team and you can't have like three people from overseas because they're just cock blocking the entire thing. And
hmm,
unless they're like ABD, you can't just have to play these players.
hmm,
Because if they were Indian players, then you can at least put some foreigners in. But you take a player and you can't even play him like Jameson. You can't even play him in every match.
yeah,
Why did you invest $2 million on this
yeah,
guy?
I
Like
think,
that's like
yeah.
15 crores. That doesn't make sense. We can't even play the player. That doesn't make any sense. So how long? It's like 40 minutes. So I have like one question for you. If you have any more questions, you can ask me and then we'll wrap this fucking thing up. Now, this NCC has done a rule change because of woke people, because of liberal people, because of all the
Uh,
feminism. So now we cannot call batsman, we'll have to call batter. Let me tell you, you're a nice person. I am not. I'm just calling him a fucking batsman because it's a batsman. That's the way it's gonna be. Because now the woke people, because they have to stop. I have to draw the line somewhere. Because now they'll say, third man. What are we gonna do about third man?
30.
What's gonna become third man? Third. Okay. And
Third.
what about backward? What about these people will start complaining? All the people calling backward point is like, no, backward. What do you mean? This is racist. This is
Yeah.
casteist. What do you mean backward point? Make it forward point. Sir, it's backward. What about the sweeper? People like sweeper movement. Like, no. SC, people will come. No, why you call sweeper? He's not sweeper. Stop calling him sweeper. He's a sanitation worker. God, call that
Yeah.
position sanitation worker. Fuck's sake. Brilliant fielding at sanitation worker point.
Yeah, I never thought about that,
Long
but
on
yeah, that,
point. Yeah, we have to put a stop to this thing.
yeah, because
They
because
can
if
call they can call the female thing batswoman if they feel like saying. Or
exactly.
batwoman. For all fucking I care, call them batwoman. Okay. I don't give a rat's ass. Stop calling batsmen because this is a male game, right? If the men are playing, you can call them batsmen. It's not the female also playing and we're calling them batsmen. Okay. It's not like
I
a
think the
businessman. Everybody's a businessman. No, you can call yourself businessman. It's men only, right? Is there any women playing in the men's tournament?
it's
It's a batsman. For the women, you can call him batswoman. Why do I have to call him batter? I'm not going to call him batter. I'm just sick of it because it will not stop. I'm telling you, it will be a problem. Even the gully will be a problem because they say Hindi word. No, it's not Hindi word. It's English word. It's not gully.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I never thought about that. It may actually go to that level. We are joking about it right now, but that might happen, right? That will happen. Not might. I think that will happen eventually. Everything will have to be gender neutral or whatever, gender fluid, whatever is the new term
It will not
for
just be.
it.
That's what I'm saying. It's not stop at gender. It will be backward point. No. It will be a very deep point. Brilliant fielding at very deep point.
So yeah, so let's talk about the match. Who do you think should get the, because they're just announcing everything, they're giving all the awards. Who should be the man of the match for you?
Shouldn't Maxwell be the man of the match? I mean, he played amazing. Didn't he bowl very well? I have to check his stats. What's his stats?
I didn't.
But
I mean, he went
technically, it
well.
should be if AB de Villiers was Dhoni, they would have given him because he's striking at 400. They're like he was striking
Correct.
at 400. It was beautiful. He made 4 runs. His strike rate is like 3 times higher than anybody else because he maxi made 50 and he ensured that they're going to win. And I'm looking at Maxwell's. He bowled 2 overs to 17. Pretty neat, man. And he probably took a couple of catches. So all we know is like it's pretty because everybody else will be close, right? Because there's no reason to
Hmm.
give Harshal Patel the match. He got 3 wickets in the last over. The match was
Last
already
over,
done and
yeah.
dusted by then, right? It was
Hmm.
already done and dusted. Jujwel Chahal bowled very well. I mean, for me, it has to be Maxwell. It
Yeah,
has to
they
be
have
Maxwell.
actually given to Maxwell. Yeah, makes sense. Um, yeah.
They were just waiting for us to say it. Fucking approval. They always want validation. Fucking validation from blood
So
bastards.
why didn't they change this award from man of the match to what should they call it? Cricketer of the match
They
or
call it bad player or some shit like that.
player of the match? Oh
Player
yeah,
of the
they
match.
have changed it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They don't even call it
We
man
are,
of the match.
yeah, we
It's
are
called
not
player
woke
of the
enough.
match,
It is
not
called player
woke
of the
enough.
match.
Man of the match. They can
And
call
there
it
are,
woman of the match in the women's series, for fuck's sake. Who's stopping them? Why they have to like make everything fucking neutral? I don't want to be neutral. I hate
yeah,
sitting on the fence. I hate sitting on the fence. It's unbelievable. There's racism, sexism everywhere, but it's only when women don't do well, then people have a problem. Except they don't accept that maybe they're shit. Have you gone to the HR room in any company? It feels
yeah,
like a fucking kitty party. There's all women, and there's just one guy who is either sissy or super gay. Have you seen it? And nobody has a problem. Nobody has a problem with that. It just feels like, oh, what happened? Why didn't you take any men? Because they don't have any brain? Like, why did you not do this? Oh, white people are doing everything. Except when you go to NBA, it's a fucking black fest. So do we think black people are racist? No, they're just better. And white people are shit. That's the way it is.
yeah.
Why can't you just accept your shit?
Correct, correct.
We just love freebies. Give us the freebies. We want a woman president. Just if you're not a man or a female, if you're a koala, can't you just see how stupid that is? Like, can't you just see? You want the person who is the best person for the job. You
Correct.
don't want a woman or man. The moment you say I want a woman, you're already just
Prejudiced.
being so fucking sexist yourself. It's like a
Correct.
man saying I want a man. No, we don't want a man. We just want the best person for this job. That's all.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's been 46 minutes. Unless you have a very quick question, I'm just done because I
Yeah,
have to.
just let's talk about tomorrow's match. Who do you think will win? It's between CSK versus SRH. David Warner less SRH.
Let's not talk about David Warner. CSK versus.
SRH Sunrisers. Hyderabad.
Oh yeah, well, I really hope CSK loses, which will just open up the matches. But in fact, it will open up like all the slots will be open. That'll be RCB wants CSK to lose, and it'll be very nice to lose to SRH. It will also show CSK the mirror a little bit because yesterday these guys beat Punjab, right? CSK, sorry, SRH.
SRH, yeah, they did beat
They beat
Punjab.
Punjab, right? So they pretty much
Punjab.
ended Punjab's chances because
Yeah,
after that it was getting difficult. So instead of talking tomorrow match, because we just speculation, there's no reason to say anything, right? So let's just talk about that. Who can actually right now, if you bet on, like, who do you think is actually going to make it to the top four? Three slots are gone. Let's just be very honest
KKR.
about this thing, okay? No,
My answer is
primarily
KKR.
speaking, KKR and Mumbai Indians, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was doing the that thing. Remember, our Pandit. He said, "My answer is Siraj." Siraj.
Siraj. The funniest part would be if Sunrisers beat CSK tomorrow and then actually somehow leapfrog Rajasthan or Punjab and don't finish last. That would be something. And I can't rule it out because I've always
That
maintained
can
one
happen.
thing,
That can happen.
that
Yeah.
Sanju Samson and KL Rahul are terrible captains. Okay. I've always maintained that. The only reason they are captains because they need to be somebody to become the captain, and it's just better to have an Indian person to become the captain. Steven Smith was captain for Punjab, right, before Sanju Samson became captain. And
Yeah. Punjab.
what has Sanju Samson done to become
Oh
captain?
yeah. Okay.
Steven
You
Smith
mean
is
Rajasthan Royals?
arguably the greatest batsman in the history. Okay, so there's a difference. So yeah, that's about it from mine. I also don't want Mumbai to qualify. Let Mumbai just stay wherever the hell they are. And KKR, the way the brand of cricket they're playing. And yesterday I've been shitting all over this guy Hardik Pandya because uh, in the first match he returned, I don't think he was a fielder because he dropped a simple catch. I think it was Virat Kohli's, right? He did
Yeah.
not bowl because he didn't feel like it. He did not bat because he was shit. He was not a batsman. But I think his position was not a fielder, bowler, or a batsman. His title was Excite Man because he was so excited. Throughout the match, he was super excited. And by the way, yesterday I give him credit for actually, making the best of that chance which was given to him. But he was dropped when he was on 7 of 9 deliveries, and it was an easy fucking catch. Should have been taken. And after that, once you get a couple of hits going, and also I blame Mohammad Shami for saying sorry to him. I don't think Mohammad Shami went all out to him. This bhaichara will not work, buddy. You have to go for the kill. The moment he says sorry, and then once he hit the first boundary, and he just got going, and then he finished the match. Uh, Yeah, it was not good. But yesterday again, because we all know Hardik is a very, very good player. Once he gets going, he is a very confident player. But he was down, and he should have just taken advantage of him, because Hardik
Hmm.
has not made any runs in his IPL. He did not make any runs in Sri Lanka also. So that's that. KKR is my team. KKR is your team. So on that
Yeah,
note, should we wrap?
yeah. Let's wrap it.
All right. Keep watching, like and subscribe, and we will see you soon. If you find Where's Warner, please let us know. Okay, I know he's in Bihar, but please send us. Please tell us how is he feeling, because everybody cares about feelings. Somebody burns
Correct.
themselves, the journalist asks, "How are you feeling?" Somebody's son dies, "How are you feeling?" Stop the fuck up, mate. Like, I want to see Warner drunk show up to the stadium. It will be unbelievable. All right, on that note, take care. This is me, Gav, still looking for Warner, and this is Rane's agent, still looking for Rane's spot in team, any team, any team, PSL will do. Have a good night, mate. Have a good night.
Bye
Take care,
bye.
brother. Bye bye. Love you all.